from just wanted to tease me. And unfortunately, that day she found my eyes wide open, and I ended up teasing her instead. So we had a big argument that lasted all the way to our home, and they had their coaching class that day. We didn't talk much. The next day, I went to check if they needed some water, some tea or whatever, and they were having a discussion. They were already talking about literature. And I could, I was around the room for a bit. They kept arguing about something, and it was itching me that they were both wrong. So these are the two best people in their class. So I turn and say, guys, you know what, you're both wrong. That's not the context of, that. And then I break it down for them. And the guy, my best friend, tells her, hey, by the way, for us, we are juniors. This one really knows literature. She's like, nothing. So anyway, literature was the first connection. It so happened that she started coming early for the classes before anyone else. And she started leaving later than anyone else. And me being the good host.
I was helping out with students.
So me being the good host, it was our home where they were. Whenever she would come early, I would engage her in a conversation. When she would leave late, I would escort her up to small gate. Yes. He calls it pushing ministry. No.
It's a ministry. You push.
But anyway.
Yes.
At that time, I had a philosophy that you cannot know somebody for less than 3 years and claim to love them. I used to tell guys it's disrespectful for them to just meet a girl and hit on them. You have to, get to know them, give them time to appreciate you before you make an advance. So I said to her, let me explain something to you. I have a philosophy, and this is my philosophy. However, I am finding it so hard to reconcile the fact that I am going to go to school, and yet I think there's something here that's worth exploring. And I told her, I'm very fond of you. Oh, wow. I was being clever. I thought she was going to go like, oh, I love you. She used the exact words, I have also become very fond of you.
Guys, learn some.
We had a seminar. I showed up for that seminar, and
I was like, I'm going to be an emancipated woman.
Yeah.
Power to the women.
Empowered
I'm going to work
women.
hard.
Independent.
So,
yes.
by the time I didn't tell you is that when that guy came, and if he got 39 out of 40 in an assignment, and I got maybe 37. Sit down, redo the assignment, take it back for marking, and if I got 40, I'd come back and tell him,
you see,
I got it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I had at that time, and so by the time I met him, I was really like, by the way, me and men, our first conversations would always be like, men are trash, men are what, me, I'm an emancipated woman, I'm going to...
So she's being nice because we are in church, but every day, she would use these words. Every man deserves to be castrated. She said this every day.
But
feminist, why?
Really. But because I think that was the position because of the circumstances that had been around me. However, deep down, I had always prayed to God to give me a man who would lead me to him. I of course, growing up, we used to go to church, yes, but it wasn't that firm that you'd come back home and pray, or you're going to have a time of fasting as a family, you know. I didn't really have that. That was my consideration. Okay, so being around him, of course, we met S5, S6, and then VAC. We were here in Come Alive, and he was.
Hey, guys, join Come Alive. There's hope.
There's hope.
Right.
And he was the leader of Come Alive, and seeing the activities